I have been selling this book, Zanazli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking, which is published by MPH for a while now. It's a really good book if you want to be a filmmaker, whether it's for YouTube, social media, TV, film, cinema, whatever. This is the book to get. I'm going to make it more accessible and more affordable to all of you because I believe that everybody needs to become a filmmaker. The more filmmakers we have in the world, I think this world will be a better place to live in. Now it's available as an electronic book download on my website. I'm going to link it here. It's really cheap, it's really affordable. It's only 5 ringgit if you want to get the ebook version. Okay, 5 ringgit. It doesn't really cost much, right? It's just a little bit of something for me. I mean, it did take a lot of work to write. Each chapter of this book talks about one part of the filmmaking process. And for each chapter as well, I interview a local filmmaker. It's only 5 ringgit. It's only 5 ringgit. Okay, you're watching and listening to the FAT BIDIN Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shoaib.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it. And this week we're watching a local film and we're reviewing it, and it's called
Tegkang.
Tegkang.
Which
All 6. Okay, so we watched Tegkang.
Yes.
So eventually we found out that Tegkang means rainbow in Kelabit.
Yes.
So it's a Kelabit film.
A Kelabit Malay film.
Yes.
Because some parts they speak BM.
Okay, so yeah, what's the film about?
Okay, so the story is set in Bario, Sarawak. And the story is about this girl named I want to say Rinai.
Yeah. I have a friend named Rinai.
She meets this Semenanjung boy named Hanafi, who lived in London for a bit. And obviously this Hanafi comes off, and Isla, his character, is like this clearly oblivious budak bandar, Semenanjung guy, you know, who thinks he's I don't want to say that he thinks he's better because I don't really get that, but he clearly thinks that you know, kampung life means less
exposure.
Not less exposure, but like kampung like maybe backward is the correct word. But he meets this Rinai, and then he discovers something about her, and then the story kind of unfolds from there lah. Yeah. So that's what the film is about.
Okay. It's directed by
Josh
Nawan, who is
from a rural kampung in Sarawak.
Where is he from?
I'm not really sure if he's from Bario exactly, but I know that he's from some rural village. So he grew up in like a village and went to rural school all. And I think this might be his first film. I'm not too sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
Has it been a lot written about him?
He's done interviews.
Okay.
From my brief Google search earlier.
Okay, so what do we think about the film? No, there's a reference that I want to make, so I'm gonna look for it online first. What do we think about?
I really I like the film.
Yeah.
It is not the best film out there, but the reasons to why I like the film are because I think it's got a lot of it's got a lot of sense of community. It's got a lot of heart. I love the chemistry between all of the characters, really. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful film. It's shot very nicely, which I guess isn't hard to do in a place like Bario because it's you know, it's lots of green, lush, like paddy fields lah, and hills, and you know, there's mountains and the sky is blue. It's just all very nice. yeah, so it feels like a real it's a very heartwarming film. It's a very community film, but it is not the best. It's not the best film lah, but it is. I think it's a good film to start with in terms of showing different kinds and different parts of Malaysia, and I really like the whole thing about how there's a scene in the film lah where basically one of the uncles in the kampung says to this Hanafi, like, you know, you're not the first outsider to come in and think that you're better than us and that you know how to do things better, so like no need lah. Basically, no need to come in and teach us how to live, because you come here for like a holiday or an experience and then you leave, but this is our entire life, this is our whole world. And that really kind of resonated in a way, because I think that's what happens a lot of the time. There's a lot of exoticizing, there's a lot of accidental maybe disrespect of going into places, and I like that this film kind of addressed that a little bit, but also I think this is not really a film that's made for the Semenanjung people, because it's really authentic to an experience that is very specific. It's very authentic to a specific experience, and the issue that is being brought up in the film is also, I feel, very specific. I felt lah. You might feel differently. So it just overall it still managed to draw me in despite its shortcomings, which there were a lot. But yeah, it was a nice film. I left feeling really good. Yeah.
I have the total opposite feeling. Totally opposite. This film pushed me away actually from the whole story, and I didn't like how it was treated lah. Now again, this is nothing personal. His first film or local making the film or whatever. No, I'm really being objective when I look at this film. I don't know who Josh Nawan is. I've never been to Bario. I've been to Sarawak many times, but not Bario. I've been to Miri. No, like the storyline is very nice. The concept of the story, yeah, it's very heartwarming. It's beautiful, but it was just told in a way that I felt kind of like took away from the story. Because see, this Hanafi guy is someone from Semenanjung who comes, and then he gets lectured by Guru, right? Who say, okay, you are an outsider. You're not the first outsider to come and teach us how to live life. But at the end of the film, he teaches everybody how to live. Guru takes his advice. The other guy, Ritab takes his advice. He advises him, look, if you love somebody, you got to let them go. And then he goes to Guru also and says, oh Guru, it's her decision, if you know, and all that. So at the end of the day, this Semenanjung outsider comes in and advises all these wise old people on how to live their life, or let this girl live her life, you know. So like in that sense already, it's again that outsider thing lah, you know. The exoticism of it is also something that bothers me a little bit. It bothers me. It doesn't mean it has to bother local Sarawakians. You know what I mean? They don't have to feel bothered by it. They may be okay with it, but for me, I don't like how the story was told personally, because it looked like a ad or corporate video that a tourism board would do. All the shots, the opening sequence was like, oh, one person walking in the middle of a sawah padi with the hill mountains in the background, you know. How cliche can you get when you want to talk about an exotic place in the rural area? You know what I mean? So that opening sequence, I was like, Ama, is this going to be like that? You know? And it felt like every minute or every scene in that film, they tried to pack in as much of the local culture as possible. From the longhouse to, you know, how they make the rice, to the dishes that they cook, to the dance ceremony and the, you know, the naming ceremony and all this, you know. It's like, oh, everything got to put in here. Like this is the one and be all to ever promote this Bario and Club culture. You know what I mean? So I thought, like, you got to chill, you know. Sometimes the story has to tell itself, and then whatever happens in the background will kind of portray the culture lah. So I didn't like, really, it is very beautifully shot, but it reminded me of in the 1980s when RTM used to do all these like reenactment documentaries that try to promote culture, you know, in different like Terengganu lah, Kelantan lah, Sarawak lah, Sabah, and then they would like get reenactments, like they get actors to act out. And there was another thing, the acting was so stiff. Oh my god, it felt so, I don't know. The acting and the dialogue was a little bit cringy. Everything had to be explained in dialogue. The context of Rinai had to be explained in dialogue by that old lady walking with Hanafi on a long road. The context of how Guruk is raising Rinai had to be explained in a dialogue where Guruk brings him to a traditional longhouse which they no longer live in, you know, and to see old photos that were left in that house. But then, as they're walking through the corridor of the longhouse, there's a fire and a kettle on it. You know, who set a fire and kettle in a longhouse that nobody lives in? It was like so nicely choreographed to end as they have a hot drink in a longhouse that nobody lives in. You know, so and then the scene where Rita, right, had the context of him and his relationship with Rinai had to be explained through dialogue in a drive at the middle of the night in the jungle. Everything had to be vocally explained. So I don't know. It didn't work for me. It didn't work for me at all. I like the concept though. I really like the story. And yes, I do agree that this is great. You know, like Sarawakian films that we rarely see, culture that we rarely see gets out. But then it was wasted, yeah. So would you tell people to watch this film?
Yeah, because I don't feel any of that. I do agree that the acting was pretty stiff, but it didn't really, because of the way that everybody was interacting with each other, that took away from the stiff acting for me. I do agree that a lot of things were explained, but I think that is generally a first-time filmmaker mistake. I'm not excusing it. I'm not excusing it. But I am just saying that it's
we don't even know if this is his first film, huh?
But I was okay with it lah. It was a little bit long, the film. He definitely needs to work on making it a little bit tighter. There were a lot of things, a lot of long road walks that maybe were not as necessary.
I think they wanted to show the background.
Yeah, but if the place is already beautiful, it's beautiful lah. I don't know that you can hold that against them for it looking like a tourism video.
But that's what I mean.
The setting looks like that.
But that's what I mean. If it's already beautiful, you don't have to try so hard. This one, like every single scene, it's like they had to. The camera angle, the framing itself, you saw it. Okay, we must make this look nice.
Maybe everywhere memang already looks nice.
Sure. So then don't try so hard. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I didn't feel like they were trying very hard lah. I felt like the place was already genuinely beautiful and they had a pretty good DOP, so it just came out beautiful. We have seen films that memang try way too hard.
Yeah, and we say that too.
But not really. There were films that, like, what's the film that you like? Tiong Kin's film, the one in Penang one.
I like that.
Yeah. When we were talking about it, you liked it. You mean the world to me or whatever. That film was like really every bloody, like it was like the first time they discovered a drone. Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, in that film, that one really, every single shot was like a drone shot. It's like
I remember. And we criticized that.
No, they just discovered, and you said, but that's okay, that's how he wants to shoot it. So like this one, I didn't feel like they were doing that because that one was really try hard. This one, it just so happens that the place that they are in is already cantik. So like, what are they going to do? Like, dah memang cantik, so macam tu lah.
Yeah, so then maybe have neutral framings, have neutral compositions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like what I mean by making it look so beautiful, and it's stereotypically beautiful. It's like I said, a very stereotype, something that would definitely 100% confirm a tourism council or tourism board would sponsor. For sure, man. Because they expect these kind of shots. How would you shoot a sawapadi? That's how most sawapadi shots will be shot. Like they're not thinking of like a different way to shoot it. You know what I mean? Like the kenyalang bird, the model of the kenyalang statue thing. Why do you have to shoot it from the bottom to show the sky? That's how you shoot all planes, all birds. That was very stereotypical. Yeah, so that's what I felt. Yeah, so I would say, yeah, can go and see, but not a hard, strong must go and see lah. If you so happen like walking in the mall, past the cinema, wait, got lah, what to do? Nothing. Oh, buka puasa later, 7:30. Okay lah. You know, I would say that lah.
I would tell you to go watch it. I think it's different. It's different. It's original. You get to see something that you don't usually or actually ever get to see. So I would say go watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really want people to tell us what you think. Go
Yeah.
watch it and tell us what you think. Alright? Yeah. Yeah. Like this video. Don't like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms at FAT BIDIN, or go to fatbidin.com to get everything. You've been watching and listening to FAT BIDIN Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Charlie Mustawan.